All right, come on. We got it in there. We got it in there. Yes, yes. If it's going to be, it's up to me to fulfill my dreams and possibilities with dedication and motivation to inspire thousands from all nations. When times are tough and breaks you down, just smile with toughness and rebuild from the ground. During tough times, adversity is a lot. Just remember, time flies, but you are the pilot. What's up, people? Hope y'all doing great. Hope you've had a tremendous week so far. I expect that you had a tremendous week this far. I want to give a quick shout out. Let's see. We got Tomas. Hope I pronounced that right. Thank you for stopping in and watching via Twitch. Ladies and gentlemen, I am always on Twitch as well. I'm on like 6 different platforms right now. I'm on LinkedIn. Shout out to those who's watching on LinkedIn. Shout out to those who's watching on Twitch. Also, and shout out to those who's watching on YouTube. Shout out to those who's watching on my business page, J Hunter Lee business page. That page is worldwide. People over it across the Atlantic is watching, all the way down in the Caribbean as well, like down in Fiji, Belize, overseas, over in Amsterdam, Guinea, Bangalore, India, Egypt, Sudan, Morocco. Shout out to you guys. And Canada. Good to see those folks from Canada who stopped in. Also give a shout out to my queen here. Good to see you, queen. Good to see you, queen. This is my tank right here, folks. She's my she's my backbone. She's been holding it down for me. She's always been supportive. Thank you very much for the compliment, queen. Folks, those of you, we hang out a lot. We always doing something wonderful. So if you guys are available on Monday night, this coming Monday, actually like Monday evening from like 6 to 10, we're going to be up in Tampa at the International Mall at a place called Alma. It's an event that goes on there every Monday called Cocktails and Conversations. We're going to be up there this coming Monday. After that, we're going to be at Burns Restaurant and Cigar Lounge every Monday because I'm hosting an event there called Poly Conversation. So if you're in the Tampa area, next week, Poly Conversations is going to be fired up. It's going to be fire. It's going to be exciting. You welcome to come out there. Tickets are only $20 for that event on the 27th. We're going to be there. We're going to have live jazz, some singing going on. DJ is going to be tearing it down. We're going to have a good time there. So if you want, folks, come on out to Poly Conversation also. That's my event. I'm throwing that event on the 27th. Okay, so listen. The event is called Poly Conversation because people don't know about poly. They think they know. They don't know. They don't know. So we're gonna have conversations up there. There'll be a lot of people there you can talk to about it and enjoy the atmosphere, join the music, the live jazz, live sax playing. Marlon Boone is going to perform. Sienna is going to be singing. So folks, it's gonna be a good vibe. Now we're gonna have different wristbands for your interest. If you're not into the lifestyle of poly, that's fine. You have a wristband to indicate that, so people won't get the wrong idea. Okay, so it's a safe environment. It's going to be marvelous. It's going to be phenomenal and sophisticated. Come dressed to impress. Don't come with tennis shoes. Come with some hard bottom shoes. Fellas, bring your swag. Ladies, bring your grace. We're going to do this thing the right way. Very sophisticated, very grown and sexy, very respectful, knowing how to treat and talk to a lady. And there's going to be a gentleman there also who's going to be selling his book. I forgot the name of the book, but I think it says something about how to take care of a woman, so to speak. I don't, forgive me for not remembering the title of it, but a gentleman's going to be there selling his books as well. So, folks, let's get into our let me just mention that the big project I told you guys I'm working on. I'm still working on it. We're still that close to launching it. I will let you guys know about that big event, but not event, but that big project that's going to be ready. It's going to involve other people around the communities. It's going to help people, and it's designed to do that. So I'm very excited about that. Hope you guys can hear me. Got my new microphone. Oh, here we go. Okay. Hope you guys can hear me. I hope the sound just got better. I just tuned up my microphone here. Let me move it up a little bit. So, folks, I want to have a conversation with you guys. There are some people who are not accustomed to my non-political correctness and how direct I am, whether it's in my coaching to help you, create a better version of yourself. Oh, let me finish telling you this before we get into our conversation. Our drink for today. I always tell you the drink for today because I'm drinking something all the time, right? Today, we got Snapple Apple. If you are familiar with Snapple Apple, you know it's good. You know it is good if you're familiar with Snapple Apple. Quick shout out to my cousin, Michael Graham. Good to see you, cousin Buzzin'. Good to see you. Let me drink a little bit of my Snapple Apple. Now, folks, check this out. With a Snapple Apple, my cousin, I told you about my drink. My cousin lives over in Gainesville, Florida. I did not know when I moved to Florida 9 years ago. I thought I was the only family member. I was the only person in my family that moved down here. And I didn't know until a whole year later that my cousin, Michael Graham, has already moved to Florida. Him and his sister, my other cousin, LaShawn, is both down here in Florida. I did get a chance to see them once. I do want to get a chance to see them again, more than the times that I have seen them, because you know how it is with family. You want to be able to see your family a lot more. So I do have a goal to see my cousin a lot more than just the one time I've seen him since I've been here. Absolutely. So what's up, cousin Buzzin'? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Always a pleasure. Also, fellas, I almost forgot to mention that today I'm wearing a 3-point pocket square. A 3-point pocket square. You can see it better here. I actually forgot it, and I had to get it real quick and do a quick fold on it. I folded up real quick. Folks, I know how to do my pocket squares. This is what is called an ascot. If you're in America, United States, we call it an ascot. If you're over in France, it's called a cravat. Okay, so I'm wearing a cravat or ascot. Okay, and this is my flower. I just wanted to put a little something on the end. You know what I'm saying? So listen, folks, fellas, you should at least know, or I wouldn't say at least, you should, but you will want to. I'll put it that way. You will want to know at least 3 different knots to tie in your necktie. And you should know which knot to tie according to the shirt that you're wearing, the type of collar that's on your shirt. Okay. At least 3 different knots you want to tie for your necktie. At least 5 different folds for your pocket square. At least 5 folds for your pocket square. Okay. And at least 1 fold or 1 tie for your ascot. You got to get more familiar with these ascots, because every time you don't always have to wear a necktie. Let's just say you got off work, you take off your necktie. You see a lot of people walk around with the shirt open because they took the tie off. Listen, replace the tie with an ascot. That's give you a more relaxed feel. It's not a scarf. There are different materials for the ascot, but I like to get the more satin silk ones because they're a little cool, especially if you're down in Florida. You want to stay cool, so you don't want to put no hot ass cloth around your neck. You understand what I'm saying, folks? The flower is something to add on the end of it. This kind of speed it up a little bit more. Okay, that's fine. You can do that. Listen, so 3 different knots for your necktie, 5 different folds to learn for your pocket square, at least one different fold, one type of fold for your ascot. Look these things up. Get on Google, get on YouTube, and find out what these things are. Okay, learn them. There's nothing wrong with that. Learn these things. So we talking about being sophisticated. We want our men to come back as men again. We want our men to come back, right? Learn how to speak well. Learn how to talk to a lady. If she want to reject you, let her reject you. That's okay. But doesn't mean that you should lose your swag. Learn how to be the loudest person in the room by being the quietest person in the room. You guys understand what I'm saying? You can be the quietest person in the room and be the most noticed, all because of your demeanor, your character, how you move, how you carry yourself, how you greet people. It means a lot. Okay. So, with that being said, going into our topic, I am rough around the edges. Those of you who've known me for years have known me as a speaker, as a public speaker, as well as personally. I have never been the type to beat around the bush. I've never been the type to be interested in being politically correct, because I believe those things, without telling people what they need to hear, it cripples them. It cripples them. I'd rather be authentic and not be liked than to be loved for being fake. Does this make sense to you guys? I'd rather be authentic and not be liked than to be loved for being fake. I am not going to fake with you. If I don't deal with you, I'm going to let you know that I don't deal with you. Either I will tell you that, or you're just going to see it how I move around you. Okay. Now, that doesn't mean being evil towards you or anything like that. I'm still going to have my level, a high level of swag or sophistication or high level of respect. Okay. Because I believe respect to me carries more weight than being liked. Because there's a lot of coaches out here that brings the best out of their players, but their players don't necessarily like them. But they respect the hell out of them because of the level that they help get them to achieve. I'll take respect any day over like. Now, to me, being liked is a icing on the cake. Thank you very much. If you like me, if you love me, I appreciate it. Thank you. And of course, I love you back. But I'll take respect over any of that. Because as a speaker and as a person who wants to see you do well, I want to help you create the best version of yourself. And if you feel that you are at the best version of yourself, then guess what? Try to find ways to be even more better. We always, from the cradle to the grave, we should seek knowledge. From the cradle to the grave, we should seek to be better. And from the cradle to the grave, we should always want to be better than to be bitter. See, because one thing about me, folks, but what I say and how I come at you, how I say things, you either going to love it or you're going to like it. Or you're going to hate it. It's either going to make you better or it's going to make you bitter. Ultimately, the choice is yours. Now, one of the reasons I wanted to do this video, I'm rough around the edges, because I say about sometime last week, I said something that wasn't pleasant to a lot of people in regards to some outfit LeBron James wore. I said it looked feminine. A lot of people jumped on my case about it. And you know what's funny? A lot of people that I've seen jump on my case, they turn right around and judge or said bad things about what Rihanna wore during the Super Bowl, her Super Bowl performance. I keep record, I keep note, I keep receipts of everything. Everybody who tried to hound me because I said something about this man's clothes, I didn't say nothing about his character. I didn't say nothing about his accolades. I didn't say anything about his personality or as a father, or any of that, because I praised him for all of those things. I praised him. I love this man. But his clothes was feminine. I only spoke about the man's clothes. What I said about his clothes had nothing to do with what I thought about his personality or his character. Those are totally two different things. Totally two different things. A lot of people took it personal. They were butthurt over something I said over man's clothes. Ladies, y'all trash other women's clothes on the Grammys, on the BET Award. I call it the EBT Awards. The Oscars. I've seen my timeline is loaded with y'all opinion on how people are dressed on the Grammys or on these award shows. Y'all do it all day, but got a problem because I just said his clothes look feminine. You can disagree and say, hey, I don't think they look feminine. I I think they're fine. Fine. I don't have a problem with that. But if you come at me, if you try to come at my and try to defame me because and telling me I'm being judgmental, listen, folks, all of y'all judge. Everybody judge. You judge the individual you just laid down and fucked. You laid that. You judge the individual before you said I do and had a ring put on. You judge anybody you do business with. You judge anybody you go out on a date with. You judge anybody you allow into your inbox. You judge anybody that you allow to become your Facebook friend or who you follow on any other social media platform. Everybody judge, but people hate to be judged. All of you do it. Everybody do it. So don't start claiming that judging is a bad thing when you all of a sudden want to become the victim. I can't stand people who run the victim Olympics because none of them have a gold medal. None of them. And anybody who come behind you and spoil you, pat you up because you want to be a victim, they ain't did nothing but crippled you. I ain't that guy. I'm not that guy to tell you everything will be fine. I'm going to tell you right to your face, you need to get your shit right, period. Nobody in this world is going to help you do that. One of my mentors, Les Brown, said once, 80% of the people you tell your problems to don't care. And 20% glad as you. Facts. So yes, I am rough around the edges. You tell me what sword that helps any warrior wins a fight, and that sword is not rough around the edge. They say iron sharpens iron. That's who I hang around, iron. If iron sharpens iron, what the hell are you doing hanging around plasticware? I am rough around the edges. I don't purposely say anything just to offend anybody. I'm just being upfront and I'm being blunt and being truthful for what I believe in and what I stand for. So with that being said, I'm not going to apologize to you. Why? Because I'm going to do the shit again. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to still be me. I'm still going to be blunt. I'm still going to be upfront, and I'm never going to be politically correct. My job is to help you reach another level, not for you to like me. But again, if you do like me or you do love me, that's icing on the cake, and I do appreciate it. I'll take respect over like any day. A gentleman by the name of Dan Pena said, if I walk out of here when you finish listening to me speak and y'all love me for it, I didn't do my fucking job. Because that's not what he's there for. He's not there to be liked. I remember Coach Mike Shanahan came and coached the Washington Redskins, at the time, Washington Redskins, before they became the Commanders. He said in an interview, I'm here to get production out of this football team. I'm not here to be liked. I'm here to win. I said this before so many times. If you raise the bar, you will lose the losers. If you lower the bar, you will lose the winners. There is a choice. There is always a choice. I ain't saying. I'm just saying. Happiness and sadness is your choice. It's your birthright. It's a choice. They're both inside jobs. Happiness is an inside job. It's not my damn job to make you happy. And it's not my job to make you sad. Stop putting those expectations on other people. That is your job. If you want to be happy, then be happy. Because what you seek in life is seeking you. If you see everything as something bad, as something negative, guess what? The universe is going to give you more things to be offended about. It's going to keep doing it. If happiness is what you choose, then be that. Don't depend on anybody else to come into your life to give you what you should be giving to yourself. You need to learn how to masturbate with your feelings, folks. And you will attract more on the outside to do the same. You give the outside permission to do exactly how you are with yourself. If you got stinking thinking, guess what? You're going to get more things in your life for you to have stinking thinking about. Start looking for the good in people. Stop always want to look for the bad. Look for the good in people, and eventually the bad will weed themselves out. Just like if you keep raising the bar on yourself, keep elevating your game, the losers will get rid of you themselves. You don't have to tell people to get out your life. You don't have to tell people not to call you anymore. You don't have to tell people you're not interested in talking to them anymore. You don't have to do that. They will do that for you because you have elevated yourself, people. Y'all ain't hear me. Y'all don't hear me. I don't make this up. Dr. Dennis Kimbro said, if you're the smartest person in your group, you need to find a new group. Professor at Clark's University in Atlanta, one of the top motivational speakers in the world, best-selling author, wrote a book called Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice, and another book called The Wealth Choice. The man is loaded with information. I highly recommend you look him up, Dr. Dennis Kimbro with a K. I'm rough around the edges. My dad was rough around the edges. My father's side of our family, breed alphas. Breed alphas. If being an alpha makes you believe or think that it's toxic masculinity, then you need to go to another goddamn planet. Because we're here to be men, and we ain't going anywhere. We're not going anywhere. This world can't function without the backbone and strength of a man. I ain't making it up, folks. I'm just speaking on the natural order. I'm ordained to be exactly who I am. The Creator ordained me to be exactly who I am. Lead, protect, provide. Children belong to you. You belong to me. I belong to God. It's in that order. You ain't got to quote me on it. I mean, you ain't got to get mad at me about it. I didn't write it. It comes from the book that y'all been taught to read as Christians. I don't even follow religion, but it's in there. And if you take and pay attention to society, you will see the most successful family obeys that natural order. I ain't saying. I'm just saying. Everything is a choice. Everything is a test. No test, no testimony. And I'm not here to baby anybody up. I'm not going to cripple you like that. I'm not going to cripple you like that. When I coached football, I had the least talented football team in the city of Washington, D.C. when I coached the age from 13 to 15. The least talented guys. These guys, most of these guys have never played football again a day in their lives. Not only did I taught them technique in football, but I pushed them. I wasn't there for these young men to love me. I was there to help these men understand and accept the responsibility of manhood. I took it way beyond football. With that being said, my team had ended up being in the top 3 citywide in Washington, D.C. with a group of guys that really hardly knew anything about football. You know why? Because I didn't go back and tell him, don't worry about it, everything will be fine. I said, no, everything won't be fine until you learn how to obey your blocking assignment. Everything won't be fine until you learn how to roll out of the pocket and throw the damn ball to the sideline like I just told you to do. Everything won't be fine until you learn the 3-point stance on the line of scrimmage. And when you don't accomplish these things, I take the blame for it. But when you win, I give credit. I had a marvelous, amazing group of guys. Amazing group of guys. Come to find out, to me, they did not need to know all of the techniques and everything that there is to know about football. All they needed to know was to learn how to pay attention and follow directions. That is all life is to us, folks. Success is about following directions and making the best, creating the best version of yourself. Forrest Gump may not have been the smartest man in the world. You seen the Forrest Gump movie. He might not have been the smartest, but why was he successful? Because he followed instructions. He did what people told him to do. They said run, he ran. He got the football, he played football, he hauled ass off the damn football field and ran damn near halfway across the country. He took his buddy, Bubba Gump, became a multi-millionaire in the shrimping industry because he followed directions. And people was hard on him about it. His drill sergeant in the military lost his legs. He was hard on Forrest Gump. He was on his ass damn near every step of the way. I'm on my clients the same way. I am on their ass constantly. My father was on my ass constantly. At one point, I said, man, let me hurry up and graduate from school so I won't hear this man keep telling me, get your education. I got tired from childhood, from first grade all the way up through high school. That's all my father kept telling me. Make sure you get your education. Man, I got so tired of hearing that. I said, Lord, I'd be glad when I graduate, I ain't got to hear it no more. And before he died, you know what he said? He died when I was in 11th grade. He told me, after you graduate from high school, you think that's it? You got to read, son. You got to read. You want success? You got to read. You got to do what the opposite of success is not doing. You have to read. You have to find people successful and learn from these people. You want to be rich? Find out what poor people do and don't do what they do. Do the opposite of what they do. They sit back and cry about who's rich, who's taking care of the rich. If you think life is fair only for the rich, then I suggest you be rich, because it's not going to change. Hell no, we won't go walking around with picket signs. That shit never worked. You need to be on the other side of money. You got to be willing to, like Les Brown said, let me tell you what Les read. He said, to succeed in life, you got to be willing to do the things today others won't do in order to have the things tomorrow others won't have. That is why I am rough around the edges. People think that is something to be bad. No, that's a good thing. You need to be rough around the edges, because if somebody come and touch you, their ass get cut. Y'all don't hear me. Y'all don't hear me. Men, step your game up. Step your game. Ladies, step your game up. I'm proud to be rough around the edges. Because if people are getting upset by what I say, listen, I might be rough around the edges and I might be hard on people. I might come at you in a certain way. It's not to defame you. It's not to make you feel small. It's to build you up, folks. You don't see big ass buildings being built by straws. It's being built by bricks. You got to have a brick mentality to build yourself up, not playing victim. You need to have a brick mentality, a cinder block mentality, because that is what's whole buildings up. Cinder blocks and strong iron beams. You got to think of Iron Man to build yourself up. Not being a wimp, not being offended because somebody tell you what you need to hear instead of what you want to hear. My father never told me what I wanted to hear. The only time he told me something I wanted to hear, after I've achieved what he pushed me to achieve. Then he told me, that's how you're supposed to do it. Now you got to go over here and do this. He challenged me. He challenged the hell out of me. My sister name is Vera Lee. She'll tell you the exact same thing because he challenged her too. That's why men today have a catch hell trying to deal with my sister. If they not on their game, she'll let them know it. My father did that to us. If you say he fucked me up, then I'm glad he fucked me up. Because I don't have time for bullshit. I ain't got time to be patting nobody on the back. Look, fuck your feelings. Fuck my feelings. I deal with substantial truth. And I stand on truth. And I succeed off truth, not falsehood. Not feelings. I don't have time to deal with feelings. I got to deal with facts. And being rough around the hedges meaning that you don't run away from facts. You don't run away from challenges. You don't run away from the problems in your life. Because we're not here to be running from everything. We're here to face the challenges that we are supposed to face. Just like your immune system is geared to face microbes. If you keep your immune system from facing microbes by trying to take all these injections and all these modern medicine, you don't give your immune system a chance to fight and do what it's supposed to do, so it won't never get stronger. Underlying conditions will steady keep building up in you because you won't allow the immune system to say, hey man, let me go at him, let me do this. The white blood cells in your body needs to do its job. And you help it by not giving yourself injections. You help it by eating clean food. Taking care of yourself, walking, exercising, working out. Those are the things that help the immune system. Because the immune system got to go through hell, folks. You got to go through hell. You can't go through hell by being offended every time somebody says something. And the reason why you're offended is because you're biased. Some of you don't want to admit LeBron James has some girl clothes on because you're a fan of his work on the basketball court, or you're a fan of what he done off the basketball court. And I'm a fan as well. Like I said, I praise him for it. But you're too biased to admit what he wore was feminine. And I'm not the one to be afraid to admit that. If you don't think it's feminine, what he wore, fine, good. I don't mind people disagreeing with me. I live for a disagreement. But as a man, I speak for the manosphere. I have not seen one man come and say they disagreed. Every man that I know saw it, said the same thing. That means that between black men and black women, we are in trouble. We are in trouble. We allow this feminist shit, divide us. And guess what? I'm still going to be a masculine man. I don't care if you like it. I don't care if you love it. I don't care how you feel about it. Again, fuck your feelings. It's not about feelings. It's about production. It's about putting it on the line. It's about living on the edge. It's about building legacies, building enterprises, building communities. I ain't saying. I'm just saying. My dad never dealt with feelings. He didn't give a shit how you felt. He's a straight shooter. And that's most likely where I got it from. Because he was that way with me. I can't help it if you weren't raised in that kind of family. That ain't my fault. I'm not knocking it. But if people want to success, if you want to achieve something, I'm going to post things that's going to help people achieve. And I'm going to have my opinion about something about the manosphere. I don't care who it bothers. I don't care who is butthurt behind it. Fuck your feelings. I'm not one of those men that a woman can tell how she want a man to be. I'm who I want to be. I don't care what your opinion is. And I don't care what you call me. Call me anything you want. Just don't call me late for dinner. That don't sound like the kind of coach you want to deal with, does it? Everybody who have paid me to coach them succeed. I've helped people build businesses from A to Z within minutes, within hours. Took them from A to Z on starting their business. I'm going to be teaching a class soon on that. How to start your business and launch it within 6 hours. Still working on a curriculum to do that. I'm going to teach it down here in Florida, Tampa. If you got soft skin, don't come. Don't come. I'm going to push you. I don't care how you feel about it. I'm going to push you. I'm going to push you. And I'm going to be a straight shooter. I'm not going to be rude. I'm never rude. But I'm not politically correct either. Yes, I'm one of those people that they will want to cancel because they butt hurt. Little booties hurt. I hope we got that straight. Because I ain't going to apologize. Because if I say something offensive to somebody, I ain't going to apologize for that. Because I wasn't designing to hurt anybody or to be offensive to anybody. And for grind's sake, I didn't even say nothing about them. I said something about LeBron James. Why the hell is somebody else offended by that? He don't know you. He don't even know me. We need to get out of this shit, man. We need to get out of that. Because y'all talk about Lil' Kim, her outfit. Y'all talk about what she did to her body. Nicki Minaj, what she did to her body. Y'all talk about all these people. But nobody comes behind you and challenge you before you, because you made a judgment call on somebody. Nobody challenge you. Why would you go challenge somebody else because you like a certain basketball player? Y'all is the most hypocritical ass Negroes I've ever seen in my life. The most hypocritical ass people I've ever seen in my life. You dish it out, but play the victim when you want to be biased. That's why you're not winning. That's why that's why your net worth is probably $200. Because of that mindset. That's why you're not winning. Your thinking, your mentality, your philosophy, your income is the outcome of your philosophy. How you thinking? If you don't like what's in your bank account, it ain't your boss' fault. It ain't your job's fault. Your fault. You put it there. Because that's the salary that you settled on. You put that money there. If you ain't happy with it, you put it there. If you want to increase your salary, you want to increase your net worth, then increase your self-worth. Be worth more. And then you will attain more. This is the type of stuff that I tell people, they get offended by it because they want to be victims. They are comfortable living in a pool of victimhood. I came to Florida 9 years ago, homeless, no vehicle. All I had was my bags and an unemployment check. When I left DC, I said, I will figure it out when I get here. I sat in a goddamn Waffle House on my phone on Craigslist looking for a room to live in, and found a room for $400 a month. I lived there for 6 months and then moved into my first house after I had gotten a contract with the VA dealing with cybersecurity. I didn't ask anybody for a damn thing. I did not play victim. I had a plan. I stuck to the plan. And I was harder on my own ass than anybody. And I had family members who didn't believe I would be successful. They didn't believe I would achieve it. They said, I believe it when I see it. But I don't think that way. I already believed it. And that's why I saw it. See, when you see it when you believe it, that's sight. Believe it before you see it, that's vision. Now you guys understand now? I am rough around the edges. And it's a marvelous thing. And I'm unapologetic about it. I will never apologize because I'm going to do it again. I'm going to say something that's going to ruffle people's feathers again. Not that I'm trying to. I'm just being who I am. I'm just a straight shooter. Fuck your feelings. Fuck my feelings. I operate on my truth. And I'm succeeding. I am winning. And as long as I'm winning, I'm always going to be unapologetic, and I'm not going to change because I love the results. You want the same result? You want success? You want me to help you? Don't expect me to come and butter you up. I'm going to be boots to asses. It's my job. That is what people hire me for. Woo! Folks, listen, folks. I got 4 favors I'd like to ask you guys. Now, first of all, I hope everything is clear now. Those of you who don't know me much, those of you who've never seen me speak before, those of you who have never been around me, and I've been any type of assistant, haven't ever seen me, those of you who see what I post sometimes and get offended, now you understand why. It ain't about your feelings. Fuck your feelings, man. I can't say that enough. Not here to be liked. I appreciate it if you do like me, but I'm here for the respect. Why am I here for the respect? Because I'm going to respect you and I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you create a better version of yourself. That's what I do. That's my calling. That's what I'm good at. Shout out to everybody who's watching right now. I appreciate you guys for rocking with me today. Hope I ain't hurt no feelings. But I really appreciate you guys rocking with me. Shout out to all of you who've been watching. I got 4 favors that I would like to ask you guys for. The first favor is to turn those damn TVs off. It's killing your inspiration. It's killing your self-worth. It's killing your self-worth. If you want more out of life, then you have to become more valuable. You have no place to be in your 40s and 50s with only a $200 net worth. That shit is pathetic. It should be a crime. It should be a crime for you to be that old. Listen, folks, I'm not defaming anybody. I'm not saying anything down on anybody. I'm just speaking you the bone-hearted truth. Just speaking the bone-hearted truth. You could be a better version of yourself. But you gotta be willing to work hard on it. Jim Rohn said, work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Work harder on yourself than you do in your relationships. Work harder on yourself than you do in your church. Because you people say, oh yeah, I'm doing it for Christ. No, you're doing it for the church. Christ wants you to do it for yourself. Come on, folks. Y'all ain't hear me. Y'all don't hear me. So turn the damn TVs off. If you want to watch movies, fine. But don't let your TV watching take up most of your day. Then you being productive. You can't make money and excuses at the same time. You can't do it, folks. Turn the TVs off. As a matter of fact, kill the cable, because it's an extra bill is taking away your inspiration and it's taking away your money at the same time. It ain't doing no good for you anyway. Turn it off. Take the cable box and take it back to Spectrum or Verizon or Comcast, whatever it is. Cables, give it back. Give it back. Pick up some books. Read. Read. I can't say that enough. Read, read, read. Read a book every month until you can get up to reading 2 books a month. When you go to bed at night, turn on some classical music or some smooth jazz. It helps stimulate your mind. Why am I telling you this? Your higher self conceives, your physical brain receives, and your physical mind perceives. Your brain receives information much more in a calm state. Don't go to bed angry. Don't go to bed with shit all on your mind. Turn some classical music on. Those of you in the DMV, you got Smooth Jazz Station, 105.9. Smooth Jazz, 105.9. I still know the station. Smooth Jazz, 105.9. If you have Amazon Music, there's a Smooth Jazz station you can listen to on Amazon Music. Turn it down real low at night and go to sleep on it. Play some classical music at night. It helps stimulate your mind, folks. It puts your brain in a relaxing state so that just everything that you want from this physical realm can manifest in your brain. Your higher self conceives, your physical brain receives, your physical mind perceives. Second favor. Number 2. Like, share, and subscribe. Those of you who are watching on Twitch and YouTube, please subscribe. If you're watching on LinkedIn, Facebook. Oh, and shout out to those in my Facebook group called Tampa Bay Friends and Events. Shout out to all of you guys. Thank you guys for rocking as well. Share. If this video wasn't for you, guess what? That's fine. It ain't for everybody. I ain't looking for everybody. I'm only looking for those who get it. Share it anyway. Don't you have food that you don't want to eat? You gave it to somebody that you know would eat it? Do the same thing for this video. Don't make it about yourself. Don't make it about yourself, because none of this is about us. It's about those who's going to carry on after we're gone. It's about those who carry on after we're gone. A wise man said once to me, he said, named James Arthur Ray, he said, wealth is not something that you have. He said, wealth is what you're left with after everything you have is gone. You guys understand that? That was some words by a man named James Arthur Ray from the movie The Secret. He said this to me. He said, Jay, wealth is not what you have. Wealth is what you're left with after everything you have is gone. Good to see you, my main man, John Jackson, in the building. Good to see you, brother. So share it, okay? Number 3, my third favor is you got my, you see all my information at the bottom. You see my website down at jleespeaks.com. I have products. Click on the products page on my page, jleespeaks.com. You'll see I got t-shirts, I got bags, I got some stuff up here. I got t-shirts with some motivational quotes on it as well on jleespeaks.com. Go there, pick your size, pick your color. It's all right there. Also, you see my social media platform, J Hunter Lee #1, J Hunter Lee 1 on Twitter, J Hunter Lee on other platforms, Twitch, what's that? TikTok, same thing as Snapchat. I'm on all that stuff, man. Just look up J Hunter Lee on all those platforms. You'll find me. All right. If you don't find me, it's because I'm not on it. All right. Also, you see my Cash App there, $ J Hunter Lee. What is that for? It's not for me. I don't want your money. I don't need your money. It's for the platform. It's for the podcast. This is our podcast, not mine. You here with me? You're rocking with me. This is for all of us. One day I might need a new camera. I might need a new light there. I need a new laptop. I might need a tablet, which is right over here. I'm loaded. I got a little station here, folks. So you see my backdrop? I used to didn't have this. So this backdrop was like $300. $80 of that came from y'all donation. Thank you very much. I'm always going to pay more for it anyway, but a little bit helps, right? So a little bit of that came in, $80. This was $300. I got the stand, the post that goes with it. I got other logo. All these are my businesses over here. I got 6 different businesses. 5 of them was on here. Okay. So that's all the hashtags. Now, all I ask is $20 or less. Don't send me no 30, 40, and 50. I will reject it because I didn't ask for that much. $20 or less. It could be $1, $2. It don't matter. Long as it's not over $20. Okay. That's fair. Isn't that fair, folks? So the fourth favor is the biggest one of all. And y'all know what that is. The fourth favor is to sing like no one can hear you. Dance like no one can see you. Love like you've never been hurt. And live like it's heaven on earth. I'm J. Hunter Lee. I love you. And the world needs you. And it ain't nothing you can do about it. So stop that damn texting and driving. Peace and blessings, folks. I'll see you guys again soon. Take care.